Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high. I've been high. Lately I've been I wanna know what nobody knows. I wanna go where nobody goes. I lost my way, but I found my fighter's destiny. I don't wanna look back now.
G'day folks, it's Cortezerino and welcome to the world of Dystopia, and we are in 1.18.1. I've finally updated and I'm just flying around checking out the new majestic scenery. Isn't it beautiful? We're living the dream. Well, not quite, of course. We are in old chunks here, so these have been loaded ages ago, so we've got nothing new here. Except below us, we've got a whole new world to explore below the bedrock, and I don't actually know what's going to be down there that I'll find interesting. I mean, unless I find a double skeleton spawner or something. Oh no, I suppose there'll be geodes. Yeah, I might have geodes under my base. So all that work we went to a few episodes ago, making an amethyst farm, is probably going to waste because I'll end up using one at my base. But the good thing about this update, you see the horizon over there? I actually have no idea what is beyond that horizon, because in the 1 or 2 years I've been playing this in this world, I've specifically not loaded chunks that I didn't have to, so I haven't flown around here. That's because I was anticipating new updates, and I just wanted to have all the new stuff close by. But in that spirit, I'm actually not going to go exploring just yet, because unless I got a specific reason, I don't want to be loading these chunks. You know, I might end up getting a warden just over there, so I don't want to load it now and miss out. And we've just had Christmas. I took a little bit of a break over Christmas, you might have noticed. One good thing I got is a brand new keyboard. Well, my wife got the keyboard, and I quickly swiped it from her when I realised it was super duper quiet, although it's really cheap as well, so I have no idea where the buttons are, so if I do something a bit weird, that is why. Let's bring you down here. Oh, actually, I am getting ahead of myself. Let's go check out what I built at the start of the episode. So I'm sure a lot of viewers have at one point or another gotten my world download and realised that my spawn is absolutely terrible. I've been playing this world for years, and I had nothing at all built here, so I thought it was time, guys. It was time. We are going to make a spawn village. We've already got my creepy medieval village over there in the Black Forest, and we've got my castle over there, so I thought, yes, right here would be another good opportunity to build something. And I'm going to do the whole thing in this new medieval style that I've been building in. And you might recognise this house as the one I built on the Diamond Society. It is the Uncertain Alchemist. So I'm just going to take all these buildings I've been building on the servers and just throw them in here so I can get a fair bit of this city built up nice and quick. And it's probably it was a bit harder to see this house on the server, but here I go, pressing the wrong buttons again on the keyboard. Out here you can actually get a much better look at it. I think this is one of my favourite medieval houses I've ever built. It is super duper nice. On the inside I haven't changed a whole lot from the one I built on the server, so the downstairs is pretty similar. This is an awesome downstairs. It was a shop. I've got actually nothing to sell here, to sell to myself in single player, but oh well, doesn't matter. If we come to the upstairs, I've added a little bit. I haven't gone too crazy, like put a top floor in, but I'll put some nice hanging lights in, and just here and there added a little bit more furniture. So it is looking super duper cool. And my actual spawn area. So I tested this on a creative backup of the world because I didn't want to kill myself over and over. I don't know how many deaths I've got on this world. Let's find it actually. Look at this, guys. Number of deaths, 5. That is pretty good for a world that is this old. And if you want to see how old it is, if I can find the right button on my keyboard, I started this world at the time when you could put lots and lots of enchantments on your armor, so I am actually super strong here, and that's actually been a bit of a problem on the servers I play on. Like on Evermore, I got killed by a creeper blast. I would never get killed by a creeper blast in this world. You know, I think, I don't know what I've got the blast resistance on. Yeah, blast resistance 4 there. And, oh yeah, just 1 blast resistance, but that's enough that a creeper cannot touch me in this world. But yeah, over there on the server, I got blown away pretty easily. Anyway, I tested on a creative backup of the world where I would spawn in, and this little square circle thing is my big spawn area, so I've lit it up nicely in case we ever appear here at night, or it might appear in the tree. So yeah, this is cool. So I've kept this nice and open. I've put this in now so we don't end up building a house here accidentally. And we are going to get straight on to the next house. And I think I'm going to build the same one that I did on the Diamond Society. That first one I built, the Tailor. And we're going to put this in over here. But before we do that, I am sick of doing time lapses at the moment. So we're going to go do another project at the base. Oh, this keyboard is so annoying. See, the question is now, do I keep the keyboard connected all the time to try and get used to it, or do I only connect it when I record, but then I'll be an absolute muppet when I'm recording, pressing the wrong buttons? I don't know. We will find out. But anyway, a few episodes ago, we worked on the mess hall here, so we put in this huge farm. Why not? Let's press the button, give it a go. So that's a nice big kelp farm. It is absolutely lovely. But we left this space over here because I wanted to do something for moss and azalea bushes and all that kind of stuff. And my original idea was to make it sort of decorative. So once again, in that creative copy of the world, I was playing around with a few things. So this will give you a bit of an idea of what I was thinking of. So there's not a whole lot done in this creative world, but the idea was I would have a window here looking out onto just where they're growing the food for the nuclear bunker here. So I was trying out a few designs. So that looks pretty cool. I was probably going to go with this single one here. And then the idea was to either try and make a fancier one of these that would bone meal some moss and get us all the goodies we wanted, or maybe just inside the wall we would have a proper farm for making all these things. So I searched around on the internet for a few farm ideas, and like always, the Ilmango design for a bone meal farm stood out to me. So I was fiddling around with that, and it just so happens what I came up with fits perfectly in this window here. So I sort of abandoned this idea, although this does look cool. I think we will build these somewhere in the nuclear bunker later on. And just like that, guys, we are all done. So it makes Minecraft look pretty easy, doesn't it, when we can just skip to a little time lapse. But yeah, that was a ton of work, actually. It's not nearly as pretty as the table design, but I mean, look at that. Look how beautifully it fits into this window here. I could not resist So now we've got this ugly big monstrosity instead of the pretty tables, but I figured that this will just sort of be a farm room. We've got the big kelp farm there. We've got the little kitchen area here that cooks up all our kelp. And over here we've got a glow squid farm that you can't really see because of the tinted glass. So I thought, why not? We'll just do another farm. And this one is super cool. So I did the Il Mango bone meal farm and just converted it to get all the bushes for myself. Because by using his bone meal farm, I didn't have to ever put bone meal in this. And that's pretty cool. So you can see when the bone meals, these little dudes up here, and all the moss and all the goodies spread to the bottom. And we've actually got a stone generator behind there. So you can see all this moss is just getting pushed out of the way and broken. And new stone is coming in. And that's how we're getting all our bone meal. So it's just, you can hear the composters going. Yep, they're going down there making new bone meal. And the bone meal's flying up into that water stream and resupplying our dispensers. And any extra bone meal that it doesn't need will just spit over the edge here. If we wait for a second, woo, there it goes. You can see it falling into there. And that'll all end up in this chest here. So it's even making bone meal for us, which is pretty cool. So look at this, we're getting lots of moss and lots of our azalea. And only a couple of wheat seeds. So I'll show you what I did to this design. And Il Mango kindly provided a world download here, so I'll link his video in the description so you can find it yourself. But this is his. This is a lot more powerful than the one I put together, and it's completely expandable like that. So his one just produces bone meal. He's got everything getting composted there, and it resupplies it just like my one did, and all the leftover bone meal will come out the end here. So all I did was take a little section of this and then start fiddling with it. So all that redstone on the side, his was out here in the middle of the design. I've pushed it all the way back here to get it out of the way. All the stone generator is exactly the same, but what I've done is I've got some hoppers here collecting everything. It's not as efficient as the way he was collecting it, so there's a little bit of wastage, but I needed the hoppers there because we are putting in some item sorters, because this thing creates so many moss blocks. My chest was just filling up with them. That what I'm doing is I've got item sorters under each of those hoppers. They take out all the moss blocks and put them into the composters, and I've even got two right up the end here that are taking out wheat seeds. So the occasional wheat seed gets through, but not too many. And that just means for my chest, is this loaded up and ready to go? We'll find out. This just means, yes, it's working. Before, this chest would be completely full of moss blocks, but now it gets rid of most of them, turns into bone meal, and I get a way better percentage of bushes and stuff like that. So all the moss blocks get composted, and that also means that, because I've got the item sorters there, I can just spit the bone meal straight into this hopper, this line of hoppers, and it won't end up trying to get shoved into a composter. It will all just go through to my chest here. But yeah, that is the cool design. So it's pretty simple to convert his into this. If you want to do that, I won't provide a world download because eventually you'll get the world download for my Dystopia world. So if you want to find this one, you can find it like that. So we started the episode getting absolutely sick of building and wanting to do a bit of redstone for a break. Now I'm sick of redstone, so it's time to get back to our spawn village.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. Now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again. So we can fly again.
Oh, I can't believe it, guys. I can't believe it. This game is a nightmare sometimes. Just when I think I am never ever going to need to worry about moss and azalea and all this kind of funny stuff. Just when I think I've got a farm that does everything I want it to do, I discover rooted dirt, and I love it. And that thing does not provide it. And I'll show you what I mean, because I'm not sure if it showed up very nicely in the time lapse. But see, usually, like, I love to texture the ground, so I'm always putting in my coarse dirt and podzol, and you can see around here I was doing that lots and lots. Problem with this is the podzol has such a harsh border that it looks a little bit odd when you throw it in with the coarse dirt, but there were never any other blocks that really went together with it, except for brown concrete powder was a really good one. But look at this, look at the rooted dirt in there. If I don't know anywhere else now, I think I discovered it just for this bit, and I thought, oh, that looks awesome. What a beautiful block, guys, just throwing those together. So I had to get this the old-fashioned way, just growing the trees and digging it out one block at a time, but I am definitely going to be coming up with a farm for this thing. It looks awesome. And this will give you, like, we'll have a look at the house in a moment, but I remember doing an episode in the Japanese area a while ago, and I think I called it that Houses Don't Make the Village. The title was something like that. And that's because it's everything you do around the houses that make your village come to life. And you can see I've put all these little extra goodies around here, so I've got a lovely little outdoor area out the back here with things going on. And if you compare this to what I did on the Diamond Society, let's quickly jump on there. And we've got lots of people on here at the moment. Let's hope I don't get stuck. We're just here for a minute to check out Spawn. So here on the server where I originally did these two houses, it just does not look as good because I just threw them in as little shops, but there is pretty much nothing done around them. See, with all my houses, I always add a tiny little bit of decoration around the outsides, but it's certainly... Ooh, someone's been actually doing a lot of work here. I haven't seen this. Anyway, we'll check that out in one of these episodes, but you can see here it's just not the same. There's a tiny bit of decoration, but yeah, compare that to my single player. There's just no comparison, and it really didn't take much. We've got a little outdoor area here, a little path, an elevation change, a few elevation changes. Very important when you're making a nice village. Don't do it all completely on flat ground like I kind of did in the Austrian city over there. But yeah, we're not doing that in a medieval village. And yeah, just a nice little courtyard here. It makes all the difference, guys. But anyway, it's time to have a look at our new house here. And this is a tailor shop. So let's go on the inside. This one is completely different to the one I did on the server. So the downstairs is yeah, a little bit similar. It's still set up as a shop, but we've got a lot more decoration in this one. So we've got a nice little loom area here for our tailor. And if we go up to the second level, this is where everything comes together. So my one on the server has nothing at all on the upstairs, but we've got this cool bit of furniture, whatever you would call that. I guess it's, yeah, I had no idea what you'd call it. Nice little table, double bed over here. And we've actually put in another floor for this one. So if we keep coming up, this one is just storage up here. But yeah, guys, this one is looking super cool. Love this house. And I've actually got two more houses that I've already designed that we're going to throw in here. And those ones have no interior at all, so that will be fun. So it's a little bit of recycling material here, guys. I did build this on a server, and then we've brought it here to the single-player world. But, you know, I've designed the houses on that, but this one I am going to bring them to life. And we should be able to get this village up and running very, very soon. I think I am going to make a huge time-lapse out of this one, guys. And we'll see how far we go. The ocean's just over there. Is this going to turn out to be a port city? I don't know. But one thing I discovered about 1.18.1, I thought I'd gotten away with updating the world with no bugs whatsoever. But I did find one thing that was highly annoying when I was doing the time-lapse. And, well, for a full comparison, that castle over there took me 5 months to build. And in the entire time I was shooting time lapses, it rained once. And rain in a time lapse is absolutely horrible. And you might have noticed, I haven't edited it yet, but I'm sure editing this time lapse is going to be a nightmare, because just building this little area here, it rained 3 times. So I've done it for the second time in the entire time I've had this world. I've entered a cheat code because I wasn't even finished. I was halfway through building this one and it had already rained 3 times. It was raining nearly every day. So I opened up the cheats and I turned the rain off. The only other time I'd done that is to turn off fire ticks so my entire world wouldn't burn down here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it, because my content is pretty much all time lapses, and if it's going to be raining every second of the day, then that will absolutely ruin me. So yes, I've turned the weather off. So my mob head farm is not functional at all at the moment. And we couldn't leave without a lovely shot of this place in the shaders. Oh man, I absolutely love this shop here. It is so cool. It's pretty unique as well. I'd love to do a tutorial for this, but as soon as you get a wonky chimney like this in there, it makes tutorials very, very hard. But yeah, I think this is my favourite medieval house that I've ever built. It is super duper lovely. And that one's not too shabby either. But I've got a few more designs from the Evermore server that we're going to throw in here. One of them's very, very steampunky. So it's going to turn out to be a bit of a fantasy sort of medieval village. And I've already started working on a great big tavern as well. And we've already got a few taverns in this world. I think these guys enjoy a beer every now and then. So the first one I built was in the Austrian city over here. So this one is a very, very Bavarian sort of looking thing. And we've got the lovely big Austrian tables. I used to work in a place run by a bunch of Germans and Austrians, and they had a big room like this with all these tables in there. It was pretty cool. And this one has rooms upstairs. And I think the second one I built was just up the path over here. And this one I've nicknamed the Ski Lodge. So once again, it's got a bar, but it's more like a nightclubby sort of thing. So this is it. It's like Cortez is running out of ideas. He just keeps building taverns. So this one's pretty cool. This is an eating area down below. And upstairs, we've got the nightclub bar thing. It's really cool. But that's not all. We might have to sleep because it's getting dark. And dark and shaders don't go together. But, can we make it? Can we make it? We might be able to. No we won't. I'm stuck in a bush. I'll blame the keyboard. And the other tavern I've built is just over here in the Austrian city. I love that beer sign. Try not to crash into it. This is one of the more colourful builds that I've done. And I'm pretty sure there is no food served in this one. It's all about the drinking. So we've got our big wine barrels there, which you can't actually drink the beer because if you touch the barrels, those rails will update and come flying off. But the thing I love about this place is just the layout of it. It worked out really nicely. We've got a big fireplace, lots of seating area, more barrels as decoration on the wall, and just a very cool little bar over here. It is awesome. So we are going to try and do something that will kind of match this one. And it's totally not done, but I'll give you a sneak peek. And no, that isn't it. And I probably won't continue with that. I was thinking of a gatehouse. The new tavern is over there. I've been working on the exterior for it. It's not complete. I haven't done the bottom of it. It hasn't got an interior yet. But we are going all out on this thing, so hopefully I can come up with something pretty cool for the interior. And that'll be a nice little addition to our village. So I know there's a few of you that want me to keep going on the Austrian city, and I definitely will, but I think I'm going to pick away at that bit by bit rather than try and do a massive new addition. I just really liked adding that little village off to the side there, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to add another little one over there? I don't know if they're supposed to be different villages or if just suburbs of a different city, but I'm doing them in different styles, so I guess they are different villages. But yeah, we are definitely working on expanding this world. So we'll leave it here for today, guys, and who knows what we're going to be doing next. For all I know, the next episode might be from the Patreon server. We will find out. I'm going to be a little bit slow getting out videos over the Christmas period, but I will do my best. So until next time, guys, I've been Cortezerino, and I will be Cortezerino next time as well, and I'll see you later.